What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid, and welcome back to another episode of the Final Fantasy X Impossible Challenge, aka the Alphabet Challenge, because ain't no way anybody is remembering that acronym. So, where are we? What are we doing? What is going on? Well, we're in Bikanel. We are still doing a little bit of monster capturing. However, we're only here for a little bit. We're not actually going to go crazy or anything like that. We're not getting 5 of everything here. We're only after technically one of these. We can technically leave everything else until later. So we're gonna first put him to sleep because, you know, why not? Actually, I think he's weak to sleep anyway. Yeah, sleep works. Okay, sweet. And now we're going to just swap Walker out for Yuna. The reason I want Yuna in is basically just so I can see its health, pretty much. We really need to see its health because we are going to aim to capture this. Other than that, we do need to get a bunch of shadow gems from it. In fact, that's kind of the whole reason we're here capturing it to begin with. We need a bunch of shadow gems. This is basically to make our life that little bit easier when it comes to, you know, capturing the cactus back in Thunder Plains and stuff like that. Because obviously, it's just a straight up 50% HP decrease, which is freaking phenomenal, basically. Like, it's going to help so much with the capturing. I need to poison it, actually, don't I? Where's Poison Fang? There we go. So yeah, we are gonna capture this. We already have some Alakiones and Zoos. That's actually kind of all we really need from here, to be fair. We don't really need much else. Because right now, we are, as I say, just after items, basically. So we really don't need to worry about, you know, capturing everything. Right now, it is strictly items. We will come back and, you know, capture the rest of the mobs later. Obviously, we've got them all wrote down, how many we've caught and so on and so forth. But right now, it is just about the items. When we actually get to, well, when we've actually caught it and we've got it in the monster arena, obviously it's going to be infinitely faster, right? Because we can just steal away, let him kill us, and, you know, restart the fight. So we're not getting lower chances each steal and stuff like that. And then we're going to do the same with some of our other items as well, because, yeah, we're really low on items right now. It's like, how many do we have, man? Like, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. We're really low. We've got 16 sleeps, 21 dreams, 17 silence, 18 smokes. Yeah, we're pretty horribly low, to be fair. We're definitely pretty horribly low. We do need a bunch more. And just because, obviously, we've still got to finish capturing in Thunder Plains, although we only have to get the cactus there. So Thunder Plains, honestly, the longest part about Thunder Plains is just going to be waiting for the cactus to spawn, right? That is going to be the hardest part there. Then in Mokalania, we have one of everything except for the blue elements. Blue elements, we have 3 of them. So, you know, it's not too bad there. We will probably get that done pretty quickly, realistically speaking. Because, I mean, I don't know, like, Mokalania doesn't really have any super rare mobs, does it? I suppose, really, there's the spider and the chimera, right? Like, those are probably the 2 rarest ones. Here in Bikanel, we don't need to care whatsoever about the characters because we are going to do the side quest to capture them. We only need 5, so it's going to be done super quick, super easy. So we don't really need to worry about that whatsoever. As for the other mobs, again, it's not, you know, it's not too bad. You know, it's not going to be too difficult, realistically. Sandworm is probably going to be the more difficult one to get 5 of, but here in the bottom section, we can capture we can find them most commonly, so that shouldn't take us too long either. But that is all in preparation for Omega. Omega is definitely going to be the hard one. Right, so when these next 2 poison ticks land, he's going to have about 600 health left. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. We'll wait until he takes the ticks. Then we'll swap Yuna back out. Then we'll bring Walker back in, because Walker can also put him to sleep with the Sleep Strike weapon. And then we'll just attack him with Auron, pretty much. And then we can actually, believe it or not, we can just leave. This is literally the only thing we actually came to Bikanel for. So yeah, once we get this capture, we will end up just leaving, and we'll go back to the monster arena so we can actually get the items, because we are disastrously low, unfortunately. Right, okay. Now we need to cleanse the poison. We cannot let the poison kill him, because that would make me very, very sad. Very sad indeed. Now let's bring Walker out.
No worries.
No worries. Alright, so 660, 540, 540, take away 260. It's like 180, give or take. I don't know. Yeah, like 180. We'll go with 180. So another hit from Orange should kill it. My math was very clearly wrong. Oh man, I feel like I was off by like 100. Oh, okay. Orange actually survived that. That's fine. That's fine. We're fine with Orange surviving. There we go. We got the sandworm. Okay, let's just update the document really, really quickly. So we do have a couple of shadow gems now, which is also kind of nice, but obviously nowhere near what we actually need. So we're going to go back up to the save point now and head to the monster arena. Anyway, one thing I actually really want to talk about is something that you guys have been mentioning quite a lot. Like, a lot, to be fair. And this is, like, disastrously bad right now. This is, like, mega disastrously bad. Because he's going to get an attack. And if he attacks me with the AoE attack, that could potentially game over me. Let me use a high potion. Let me just heal Oren. As long as Horan survives. Okay, we're fine. Oren didn't survive, but we're fine nonetheless. Oh, excuse me. Got a tickle in my chest. But yeah, one of the things I actually really want to talk about is Clair Obscure. So Expedition 33. I've seen so many comments asking, like, have I covered it? Am I going to cover it? Am I playing it? Yada, yada, yada. There are so many questions. It is unreal. So we're going to talk about it a little bit. Firstly, no, I have not played it. I have not managed to play it just yet. Why? It just released at a really bad time for me, unfortunately. That's the only way I can really put it. It released at an absolutely disastrous time, because it released when I was just starting my like my holiday sort of thing. I went away with the partner for, you know, like a little anniversary trip. We went away for like a night. Well, I say night. It was like we left early one morning and came back like late the next day and so on. So it was a night, but it was kind of like 2 days, if that makes sense. And then from there, I was immediately thrust into work, basically. You know, it's like I came back and I was literally at work the next day, which, you know, kind of sucked, but what can you do? There's nothing that we can really do about that. And here I am now recording more FF10. It's just the way it's foul, you know. It's just the way it's foul, unfortunately. There's nothing we can really do about that. So I've not had a chance to play it yet. Originally I was gonna play it today, right? Should I remove the poison? No, we're just gonna let the poison kill it. I'm not gonna worry about capturing it. I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter now anyway because it's dead. But yeah, I was gonna try and get it and play, you know, like this week. So today, tomorrow, because then I'm back at work after tomorrow. Yay! But in the end, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do FF10 today and tomorrow. You know, we need to get ahead. It's like the videos are falling behind a little bit because I've just had so much on to do lately. It is honestly madness how much there has been to do. So I've definitely fallen behind on my initial goals. And then obviously I'm trying to edit another challenge as well. So that's taking like a boatload of time too. And yeah, things are getting messy, man. Things are definitely getting a little messy on the planning side. So everything's just like collapsing, right? And then to make matters worse as well, I'm kind of in the doghouse with Gem. So, you know, Borderlands 4, the release for that has been like moved forward. It is now literally on her birthday weekend. So yeah, trying to plan around that is disastrous. It is absolutely disastrous. So it's one of them. There's gonna be some fun in games, man. There's gonna be some fun in games for sure, unfortunately. But yeah, we're in planning hell, guys. We're in planning hell, you know. So there's nothing that we can really do about it though. But it's fine. It's fine. You know, everything always works out in the end, right? Everything always works out in the end. So yeah, with FF10 today and tomorrow, that should realistically allow me to, you know, get back on top, as it were, for, well, FF10, obviously. Because with us doing the monster capturing right now, I know some people are, you know, like, oh, boring. You know, yeah, I understand, guys. I understand. I know monster capturing is by no means glamorous or anything like that. But obviously, with a challenge run like this, we have to have the whole thing uploaded. You know, we have to do the whole thing. I know before I was doing a lot of the grinding off screen. Oh, I don't want the rare steel. I know at the very start, like the big grinds, you know, I did it off screen and I just recorded that separate, and that's going to go up on the VOD channel, you know, no commentary or anything like that, just the raw grinding gameplay. I've sort of changed my mind about doing that, and we're just going to keep it this way now for a couple of reasons. One, it kind of means less work for me in the long run, you know, which right now, realistically speaking, is the dream, you know? Because then I haven't got to mess around doing like super big edits or anything like that. We can just go ahead and obviously, you know, like crack on, basically. You know, I haven't got to do like any big long renders. I haven't got to worry about trying to upload super long videos. So we can just sort of do it as we go, which does make my life a lot easier. Yes, it does mean more videos. Yes, you know, they will be some long grinding ones, which sure can be a bit boring for some people, I know. But again, it's about ease, you know. Trying to balance so many different things at once means sometimes we can't just have super entertainment all the time, you know. It sucks, but it's just the life of doing this kind of challenge. Right, let's go ahead and take auto haste off of Oren. Well, SOS haste, I should say. Sure, for lightning proof on. Lightning proof. There we go. We only want Riku with SOS haste, so only she gets turns. Just so it speeds things up a little bit. We only want Riku to get a turn first, and then ideally the worm just kind of casually murders me. Probably not going to happen that way, but hey, you never know, right? You never know. So I think the goal right now should probably be maybe like 30 shadow gems. Like 30 or 40 shadow gems, and then that should be enough really for capturing the characters in Thunder Plains, and it will also massively help a lot in Mokolonia as well. So we do have that benefit too. But yeah, so I've not got around to playing Clair Obscur just yet. It is on my list of things to do. I really want to do it, but again, it's just like it's a time thing, you know, because you got to think, right? So obviously when I'm at work, yeah, when I'm at work, I work on challenge videos. So, you know, like the challenge that is currently being edited and so on and so forth, aka those, you know, full game challenges in one videos. That's where I work on them. And then when I'm at home, that's where I'm able to do like the actual voice commentaries for everything. So that's where I'll do like these sorts of let's plays. I'll record the commentaries for the challenges and so on and so forth, right? That's how I sort of split my workload, if you will. The unfortunate downside of that is because I'm unfortunately not super far ahead on FF10, I've got to try and balance that with other games and with editing, right? And then obviously because I only have 4 days at work, 4 days at home, you know, it's 4 on, 4 off. The first day is literally just spent sleeping, because you got to think I've just done like 4+ night shifts in a row. So the first day, yeah, I'm going to be sleeping. So that day is kind of a write-off for a lot of work. That's sort of where I catch up on admin when I wake up. And then after that, you know, that's sort of where, okay, I have 3 days, essentially 3 days for family stuff, household tasks, chores, you know, all that. And then whatever I'm recording, editing, that sort of stuff, right? So it gets pretty taxing for the time. Don't make no mistake, no, I am absolutely not complaining. Like, I am absolutely not complaining. I'm very fortunate to, you know, be lucky enough to have a successful YouTube channel and, you know, a full-time job. It is beneficial, I should say. It keeps me sane, you know, it keeps me busy. Because I know a lot of long-time viewers, you guys will know that I have to keep myself busy. You know, I'm not one of them that can just sit around doing nothing. I would literally go stir crazy if that was the case. So I always have to be doing something. But because of everything that's going on, trying to balance new games as well is a freaking nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare. So what I think I'm going to do, I know this was like a really roundabout rant as well. What I think we're gonna do, yeah, is I think we're essentially gonna do it is such a way of I'm gonna do FF10 today and tomorrow. Where the goal is definitely all the monster capturing done. We're gonna ideally get Sin done and all that sort of stuff. Like, I am literally gonna ruin my throat by recording so many commentaries in a row. And then, obviously, when I'm at work, you know, I'll have 4 days where my throat can heal, which is ideal. And then after that, I think the goal is going to be to finally play Clair Obscur. You know, because then that'll give me, like, 3 days that I can play it. I don't think I'm going to do a Let's Play for it, though. But maybe I will on the Primal VOD channel. Maybe, I don't know. I know this is going to spark, like, 100 comments, like, where's FF5? But yeah, I might do a Let's Play. I don't think I will, though. I think I want to just play it and enjoy it, because I've heard so many good things about that game that I think it's one of them that I should really just sort of, you know, focus myself on, if that makes sense, rather than half attention on the game, half attention on the commentary sort of thing. And then maybe I'll make guides, but I don't know. I kind of feel like guides are a little past the point of being required now, because obviously the game's been out like a week at this point. By the time I get around to it and get far enough to make guides, it would have been like 2-3 weeks since release, if not a bit longer. So I don't really think there's going to be much point in actually doing guides for it. So I don't know. It's kind of one of them. Definitely not going to stream it because, you know, we're still doing the FF9 Tantalus only run, which of course I need to try and schedule the next one, which should hopefully be the last one, because I mean we were getting through the game pretty quickly, to be fair. I also need to check how many shadow gems I actually have now, because I don't actually know. How many do you have, Riku? Shadow gem 31. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, that's definitely enough. We'll just do this one and then we'll go get some other items. So we got 35 shadow gems now. That's a pretty healthy amount, to be fair. We can definitely live with 35 for the time being anyway. Obviously later on we are going to have to get like a boatload more, but that's not until way later. Like, we aren't going to need more shadow gems now until, oh god, probably like Omega. Yeah, it's probably going to be Omega Dungeon where we need more. Omega Dungeon or Inside Sin, because obviously the mobs there have boatloads of health. So shadow gems are going to be a great way to reduce their health for sure. So that's going to be the plan, I think. So now we are going to fight. What else do we need? Gagazet. What am I missing at Gagazet? What am I missing at Gagazet? Oh, one of the fish. Yeah, I think I'm missing one of the fish, the male spikes. That's it. I'm missing them. Oh well, we'll get that later. We'll get that later. That's not a problem. That's fine. That is. Actually, I don't think we even need to capture that, to be fair. Yeah, I actually don't think we even need to capture that, so that is fine. Because the only thing really we need from Gagazet is obviously like the Bandersnatch for stealing dream powders from. We need the splashes for frag grenades. Well, I suppose there's for sure. Wait, no, that's Calm Lens, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose really we don't actually need too much from Gagazet. So we don't really need to capture the last one there. Now we just need some general items for, you know, just general capture use, basically. That is unfortunately most of what we can do in this run, you know, just rely on items sort of thing. So obviously, without being able to upgrade our stats or get new skills, our characters now are pretty much useless. You gotta think, when was the last time we actually did anything that didn't involve items in some way? It's just where all our damage and all our power actually comes from now. There will be a little difference of that later, though, actually. There will be one specific fight where items are still going to be used, but characters themselves are actually going to get a pretty good use as well. I know it's weird for a run like this, right? But no, yeah, there will actually be a little something. See, I don't mind that, though, because, yeah, it takes time to steal the items and all that. And yes, it can get a little boring, sure. But at the same time, it's a challenge that isn't complete on YouTube. This is going to be a first start to finish alphabet challenge on YouTube, which is crazy when you think about it, right? Like, when you think about it, YouTube has been around since 2006? Was it 2006 or was it 2008? It might have been 2008. I don't know. It's somewhere around there. No, I think it was 2006. I think I started YouTube in 2008. But yeah, for something to be like a first time done on there now is pretty crazy when you think about it, right? Like, it's really, really impressive. So that's why we're doing it. We gotta do it, man. We gotta do it. And I also really appreciate all the comments, by the way, where people are like, yeah, if anyone can do this, it's gonna be you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Granted, it kind of just means that I'm absolutely insane because of the time requirements that it needs. But you know what? I will still treat it as a compliment anyway, even though it can kind of be taken as an insult with you calling me crazy. But yeah, we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna do it. The only thing I will say is when we get to the end, right? So when we've done everything, which, by the way, is not even close. Like, it's not even close. I know in terms of the game's storyline, we're really close to the end. But in terms of time taken, we are literally freaking ages away. Okay, we are literally ages away. You gotta think, so there's gonna be a ton of times where we obviously need to do item farms like this. But then there's also gonna be the Phoenix Bracer farm, where we need to get a Phoenix Bracer for Auron. I know I've talked about this before, but those fights take 2 hours, and you are not guaranteed to get one with Auron, okay? So that alone is going to be a huge, huge grind. Other than that, we've got all the capturing and Omega and Inside Sin. Like, that is gonna take some doing. That is really, really gonna take some doing time-wise. Wouldn't surprise me if when we actually get to those, you know, we're gonna have some videos with only like 2 or 3 fights, and just because of how long they last. Especially inside Omega, like, some of those are more puzzles than fights, really, you know? Which, funnily enough, so I've actually been looking at the Maesters mod. So when I was at work the other night, I say the other night, about 4 nights ago now, I was actually just randomly looking up different mods, right? You know, I was just looking up new mods for all the FF games, so 7, 8, 9, 10, yada, yada, yada. I finally sat down and I started looking at Maesters mod, and it's kind of funny, like, everything I saw for that, it was basically, a lot of people were just sort of saying, like, rather than a challenging fight, it's more a puzzle, right? Like, the mod itself, it doesn't make the game hard. It turns it into a puzzle game, which is super interesting. So I'm definitely going to check that out in the future. But I've also found a few more, how should I say, interesting mods. You know, there's some interesting things that I have found. That is for sure. And we will be taking a look at them. Right, that's 50 dream powders. That is definitely enough for now. But yeah, we're definitely going to be taking a look at some of these for sure, because they're going to be good, you know? They're going to be really good. Right, Skull is Skull a dream powder or sleep powder? I think it's sleep powder, right? Because we do need some sleep powders because they're weaker. No, they're dream powders. Okay, that's no good. That is unfortunately no good for us. We need a weak one. It's going to be the Bikanel. Oh, I didn't capture the Bikanel one. I don't think I did anyway. Did I capture the Bikanel one? I might have captured Bikanel's dog. We're gonna have to take a look at that. I don't think I did though, so I might not be able to get sleep powders. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We can live with that. Bikanel. No, I did not get it. Well, that's fine. Let's get some smoke bombs. And then after this, we just need silence grenades. Oh, really? You're gonna kill Riku first? That's just mean. That's just really mean. But yeah, after we get some smoke grenades, then we're gonna get some silence grenades. And then that's kind of all we need item-wise. That should definitely be enough for us to go back and finish the monster capturing off. Hopefully. Potentially. Maybe? I don't know. We're gonna find out, aren't we? I'm trying to think. Is there a better mob for this? Oh, excuse me. No. No, there isn't. Yeah, there isn't, unfortunately. Well, that's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Like, we get 2 or 3 a time anyway, so we're still gonna stock up pretty freaking quickly, realistically. Because, I mean, again, we're only going to about 50, and I mean, how many smoke bombs do I have right now? 26, so we're halfway there. That's like, what, another 15 successful steals? If each fight is 2, it means like 7 fights more, so it's not too bad when you think about it, right? We'll be done pretty quickly. And then I'm trying to think if there's any more items I need for the capturing process. Like, I don't think so. We've got shadow gems to weaken things. We've got a bunch of dream powders for the stronger areas like Mokolonia and Bikanel. We're gonna get silence grenades, so that's fine. We are going to need, though, some regular sleep powders. I just can't remember where I get them from. Like, I know there's an easy source somewhere. I just can't remember where off the top of my head. Oh, I was really hoping I got that steal then, because then with the 4 for the rare steal first, and then with us getting the 3 after that, if we got a 3rd steal, that would have been 10 smoke bombs in that one fight. This is why I like the later fights, man. Like, the steals are so good. It's just a real shame that we can't get access to bribe in this run. Because obviously, we're not allowed to use the spear grid. Because if we could get bribe, if we could use bribe in this run, oh, this would be so much faster. Like, the item farms would be non-existent, right? Like, item farms would be done in literally like 5 minutes flat. Because then we could just go and bribe like 50 or 60 items a time, you know? Obviously, our guild would go massively down. But then, actually saying that, could we really farm guild that easily in this run? I don't think we could. You know what? I don't think we realistically could actually farm guild that easily in this run. Right, let's do one more zoo fight, because that is probably going to put us pretty decently on smoke bombs. 39. Yeah. So that's 42. 42 is a pretty decent amount. 45. Yeah, that's enough. So then we'll go and get the smoke bombs. Not smoke bombs, sorry, the silence grenades. Still trying to think though where I actually get the sleep powders from. Like, I know it's going to be Bikanel, which is really annoying. I could go back to Bikanel and capture the wolf, but come on, Yuna, just land a hit on yourself. Oh. Yeah, I could go back to Bikanel and just capture a sand wolf. That would make it a little bit easier. Because I think the snow wolf in Mokolonia is too weak. I think it's a rare steal for them. Let's actually try that really quickly. I am pretty sure though that the snow wolf is just too weak. It might be a potion or a high potion. Oh no, sleeping powder. Was that a rare steal? That might have been a rare steal. But I obviously can't check now because Riku died. Which is freaking typical, I might add. It's just typical, man. No, don't dodge, Yuna. Don't dodge. We want you to die. There we go. Right, let's try that again. Let's see if we do get another sleep powder. This should hopefully allow us to farm them now. Just kind of a shame that we do actually need sleep powders because they are a lot weaker than dream powders. Yeah, they're fine. No, stop attacking Riku. God damn it. Yeah, because obviously we need, like, dream powders do 1,000 damage and sleep powders do like 700. And we do still need some captures in the low level areas like Mockalonia. So those extra 300 points of damage, you know, they do work out. You know, they are pretty important. Sleep powder, though, is going to be the worst one that we need to farm right now. Although, you know what? Speaking of right now, I am absolutely busting for the toilet. So I'm going to be right back, everybody. Okay, toilet trip is done. So let's carry on the stealing, shall we? You know, I don't actually even know how many sleep powders I have. I should probably check that, shouldn't I? Sleep powder 18. Ooh, that's really not a lot. Right, let's take, tell you what, while we're waiting for everybody to die, let's see, what do I need to capture? So, I need 4 cactus. That's fine, because in Thunder Plains, we can get away with just using petrify grenades. Actually, how many petrify grenades do I have? 99. Oh, yeah, because we just got 99, didn't we? From turning the monsters in, so that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. So we won't really need sleep grenades in Thunder Plains. Mockalonia, we will need sleep powders. I don't know why I said sleep grenades. But yeah, we will need sleep powders for Mockalonia. Because dream powders would be too strong. They would actually end up one-shotting basically everything there. Well, I say one-shotting everything. They would one-shot a lot of things there. So we do need the sleep powders. Bikanel. Again, sleep powders would come in handy there. Dream powders would once again be too strong. Then from there, we can sort of move on to dream powders. Because after that, it's just going to be capturing inside like Omega and inside Sin. So there's going to be a lot of dream powder usage later, but that's going to be way later. You know what? I think we could probably get away with just having like 30 sleep powders. Because we could use other items. And obviously we do have Walker to put things to sleep as well, which is really, really nice. I tell you what I do need to do though. I also need to look up Cacta in Thunder Plains. Yeah, I need to look up Cacta in Thunder Plains. Because I don't know if they're actually weak to sleep or not. Because if they are, then I can start a fight with Walker and Sleep Strike and hopefully land it and then capture with Auron. Cacta is with a Q for Thunder Plains. Because yeah, that could save us a lot of trouble if Walker can put them to sleep. Obviously, their accuracy is still massively insane. Yeah, they aren't immune to sleep. They do have 80 resistance, though. That is not ideal. We could technically also petrify them, but we don't want that. And they're unfortunately immune to like everything else, though. We could try the Walker method, maybe. We could try the Walker method. That might help. Actually, how many do I have now? How many sleep powders? Because we've had a couple of rare steals, right? 29. Okay. We'll okay, 30 on the dot. We'll call that done. We'll call that done. So now we need to go and get some silence grenades, which we're gonna get from Cavern of the Stolen Faith, because there is some funga type mobs that, dude, really, I'm getting some good steel RNG there. Damn. That was pretty good steel RNG. Not gonna lie, that was pretty good. All right. Colon? Yes, colon. What was it called? Fawn, I think. I think it was Fawn. Yeah, it's Fawn. Yeah, so Stolen Faith and wait, Ether, what? I thought they were silence grenades. Where do I get? Oh, where's the good steel for silence grenades then? Everything silence grenades. I know there is a good steal. I know there's a good steal. I just cannot. Oh, there we go. Stole 2. So is that a rare steal, or was the Ether the rare steal? Like, I thought these guys would have had it as a common steal, but maybe not. I mean, I know the Mushroom Inside Sin is a really good source, but that doesn't really help us here. Let me try another Thorn fight, and we'll see what steal we get there. Yeah, we'll try that. Come on. Be nice. Be nice. Just give me 2 more. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the Thorns. The Ether must have been a rare steal, surely. Yeah, stole 2, or was that the rare steal? I just need a couple more successful steals to really narrow this down. Like, the odds of me getting 2 rare steals in a row, slim but not impossible, as we have had that before. We just needed another successful steal from Riku. That doesn't help in the slightest, game. We've had 2 Ether steals and 2 Silence Grenade steals. This does not help. Maybe I should just look up Thorn. Yeah, we're just going to look up Thorn while we wait for Orin to die. FF10. Thorn. You know, it's kind of crazy how many times I've played this game and I still have to look stuff up. There's way too much to try and memorize here. Dude, the Ether's the rare steal. The Ether is the rare steal. I freaking knew it, man. How crazy is that, dude? That is actually madness. That is actually madness. So yeah, the normal steal is 75%, which is 2 Silence Grenades. The rare steal is an Ether at 25%. Like, seriously, how crazy is that, right? We've gotten some pretty good luck on these rare steals, not gonna lie. You know what I might do, though? I might actually farm some Dark Matters later. So, as you guys know, I have looked ahead at, you know, like, strategies and stuff like this for this sort of run. And one of the things that I haven't really seen mentioned is Dark Matter usage, right? Like, obviously, oh, excuse me. Farming Dark Matters is a massive pain. Yeah, like, it is an absolute pain in the butt. Oh, 666, dude, that phone's evil. So yeah, Dark Matters are just stupidly hard to farm, right? Like, I can't farm them from Blitzball, because obviously Blitzball is banned in this challenge. So the only way of really getting them is either Dark Aeons, which, no, or some monsters from the Monster Arena. So I might actually see when we end up able to fight Don Tombe, because we are going to have to kill Don Tombe a couple of times, but that's going to be after Greater Sphere. I think I might do some Don Tomberry farming for the Dark Matters, because that could come in really, really handy for Broska's final Aeon. Because you got to think, right? Like, a Dark Matter would instantly take out the Pagodas, and then it would also deal, you know, a ton of damage to Broska's final Aeon. And as a bright side, I'm pretty sure the item has the same delay as all other items, because obviously it's used via the use command. So it would be a really strong attack that doesn't really get in the way. But again, I'm gonna, like, double check that, because maybe I was just blind the first time when I was looking up things. But yeah, a Dark Matter farm might actually help, right? Might also eliminate some of the RNG from Broska's final Aeon. Because let's be honest, that is going to be where almost all the videos from the series come from. 35 Silence Grenades. Okay, that's enough. That's enough Silence Grenades. So I suppose now we can just go ahead and go back to Thunder Plains. I am going to have to lower everybody's health again once we get there, which does kind of suck, but there's not really much we can do about that. Just because, obviously, I'm going to need Waka with SOS Haste on for sure. We're definitely going to need Waka with SOS Haste. I can throw it back on Orin. Riku, well, never had it unequipped, because obviously we need hers. I do need grenades, though, which I can buy in Thunder Plains, because I am definitely running really low on them as well. Right, let's take unit out for Walker. SOS Haste, Capture. We'll take Capture off for Sleep Strike, because obviously once the character's asleep, Oren can land a hit on them pretty easily. We want SOS Haste. SOS Haste, Initiative, okay. Right, let's go. I am going to save the game as well, actually. I do need to save. Because I've not saved in like 40 minutes, which is not ideal. Sure, let's just save over that 8-hour save. Why not?
The final showdown.
The final showdown with Sin. Right, Thunder Plains. And I just need to remember to actually go ahead and buy some grenades once we get here. So now all we need is the cactus. So everything else, we're just going to kill with like petrify grenades. Wait, where am I? There it is, grenades. We'll just completely refill on them. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that. How many did I actually dodge before? I can't even remember. You dodged 5 in a row. See, I'm professional, guys. 2x potions. Yeah. Did I even dodge anymore? No, I only got 5 in a row. Obviously, there's no real need to do a bunch of dodgies in this run because we're never really going to use Lulu Celestial. Preemptive. Can I silence them? I think I can, right? If I can silence them, I can work everybody's health down. I can't silence them. Sweet. Okay, Walker, attack yourself. Why not? Oren, attack yourself. I do like how we can just use these really weak mobs, well, these easy to inflict status mobs, to lower our health down to yellow. Nice little crit. Alright, so we need to cleanse Walker. We'll do that on Walker's next turn. Let's just do Riku first. Oh, she needs another poison tick. Alright, Walker is yellow, so he's fine. Antidote. Riku needs one more poison tick. I need to hit Oren and poison him. Okay, Oren, you can cleanse Riku. And then this poison tick should put Oren into yellow as well. Yep, there we go. Now we just need to cleanse Oren. Right, so everybody is in yellow health now. So everybody does have SOS Haste, which is ideal. And now we just need to petrify these. Where are my petrify grenades? There. And obviously with 99 petrify grenades, we're going to, you know, really make use out of them. In fact, they're really not going to be enough, to be fair. Like, we are going to have to get more later. You thought you could get me, Lightning Bolt. Alright, come on, Cactus. It's time for revenge. Oh, not what I wanted. It's okay, though. Petrify grenades will easily take these out. But yeah, so you guys know how I was talking earlier about the challenges, right? So I want to run something by you guys, okay? So one of the things that I've been thinking about doing is obviously challenges take a boatload of time, right? Like they take a humongous amount of time in terms of recording, editing, yada, yada, yada. Like there's a lot that goes into them. So one of the things that I've been doing is I've kind of been sort of stocking them, if that makes sense. I've got a couple that, well, I've got one that's being edited, one that needs to be edited, one that is maybe like a third of the way done. Oh, 3 of them, seriously? Can I slow them? I don't think I can. I think they're immune to slow. Oh no, I can slow them. Nice, okay. All right, come on, Walker, land a hit, land a hit. He did not go to sleep. Oren, land a hit. No, of course not. This could be really, really bad. I mean, to be fair, I've not actually caught any just yet, so it's not a problem because I could load the autosave. So let's use a Shadow Gem. They're immune. Ah, I probably should have looked that up first. No, don't run away. Don't run away. Don't run away. No. God damn it. Yeah, trying to land sleep is not going to be easy. Because they do have 80% resistance, which is not ideal. But hey, at least when they do land, that will be very, very handy. This doesn't help that they need piercing to really inflict full damage. Like, if I could have piercing on Walker, this would be so much easier. But no customize, so that's out of the picture. Unfortunately, there's no real easy way of capturing these guys. Like, I could go back to the grenade and potion method, but even that, like, it doesn't mean it's gonna work. Look at all the trouble we had trying to capture the first one when we were doing it. Like, that was not an easy time. I want to say it took us like 8 fights or something like that to finally capture them. And again, it would be the same thing. We need a way to weaken them. I can't even remember how much health they have. How much health do they have? Oh, I closed the tab. Cactus. FF10. Right, how much health do they actually have? 500. 500. I don't have anything that does like 500 damage. They have like maxed out magic defense as well, so that's no good. Yeah, I really don't have anything I can use. Maybe a frag grenade, but they're rare steals and I am going to need them. And I think a frag grenade would actually kill them. Tell you what, next one we get, I'm going to try a frag grenade. Yeah, we're gonna try a frag grenade. Which means Walker needs his capture weapon. Because if a frag grenade doesn't kill it, he will be unarmored. Well, the cactus will be unarmored, so if Walker lands a hit, he should be able to capture them. No, because then they'd still have... No, they'd have like 150 health. But I only have 2 frag grenades, and I do need one for Sin. So either way, if I use frag grenades and they work, I'm still going to have to get more. There's no way of getting around that, unfortunately. If frag grenades work, I am going to have to go and farm more, and they are rare steals. It's just a shame I can't do any, like, attacks that do, like, 400 damage. No, wrong item. Crap. Oh, it's fine. Riku's got another turn anyway. I wonder how much damage a gem would do to it. Like, would a gem do too much damage, maybe? I'm just thinking, they do have really high... No, because it would need to do less than 100 damage a hit. A gem would do more than that, so that wouldn't work either. I wonder, what about a tier 2 item? Like a lightning marble, because that would normally deal 750. Half that, you're talking like 375. You know what? I feel like I should go to the Calmlands and start testing things out. Just using the monster arena to force the fight, because then we can actually test things and see what would be the ideal strategy. I think the frag grenade is probably going to be my best bet, though. I just don't know how much damage that does. I feel like it's going to be about 600-700 damage, so I feel like it's going to be too strong. Right. Let's try it. Let's try it, man. Frag grenade, here we go. Please don't kill them. Shit, it is too much damage. Yeah, so that's no good. Okay. Walker can go back to a sleep weapon. Yeah, I think the idea now is just going to be to put them to sleep with Walker, maybe. That is probably going to have to be the way we do this now. Just a shame I need Walker to actually land the hits. Well, not only do we need him to land them, we also need sleep to land. And I mean, with 80% resistance, it's gonna take some doing. It is gonna take some doing. I think sleep strike is like 90 or something like that. Right, okay. Let me try slowing them. Actually, what else do I have? Yeah, nothing really. Alright, let's try slowing them. Right, they are slowed. Even though they still have turns coming up. Right, come on, Walker. Come on, land sleep. Oren, land a hit, maybe? Oh, yeah, of course you land a hit when it doesn't matter. Oh, excuse me. How much damage would an Antarctic wind do? 600. Too much. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good at all. I'm gonna have to go with the grenade method, aren't I? Like, I'm actually gonna have to go with the grenade method. Oh, that sucks, man. That really, really sucks. I really didn't want to have to go with the grenade method, because that is so RNG heavy. There's got to be something that I'm just not thinking of here. There has to be. What could it be, though? Like, there's got to be one thing that I'm just completely overlooking because I'm an idiot. Can't think about what it is. Because, I mean, right now, we do seem very limited on what we can do. I feel like the only strategies we really have for capturing these characters is Walker with Sleep Strike or the grenade method. I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's gonna be very touch and go, I feel. It's gonna be very touch and go. If anyone's got any suggestions, though, then by all means, please do let me know. Because I am racking my head right now and not really coming up with anything. I'm also really quickly running out of petrify grenades. Like, we've already used 20 and I don't even have a single cactus to show for it. Which is obviously not ideal. I mean, I know petrify grenades are pretty easy for me to farm, but still. And I really don't like the electro marbles, because they're immune. Maybe I'll use silence grenades on them. There's got to be something I'm overlooking, though. Like, my items are too strong. They bypass the armor. Grenades leave them with like 150. Which unfortunately is not enough. Oh my god, another electro marble, really? I don't like these guys, man. Like, I can't just one-shot them with petrify grenade. Trying to think if there's any items that I've just overlooked in the game that I've not stolen. What about purifying salts? Like, how much do they do? But they're going to be really hard to stock up on, actually. Because the only way I can really get them is stealing from the zombies in Gagazet. And they are, I think, a rare steal. Are they a rare steal or are they a common steal? But at the same time, I am going to need purifying salts later for the dispel effect. It's like, I've got to be careful with 1000 needles as well. Because they definitely can one-shot me. Even if I was like full health, only Oren would survive 1000 needles. Whereas with my current health, they would all die. Likewise, if they did their melee, that would probably kill me as well. I feel like the answer to this problem is going to be so simple as well. And I'm just going to like completely kick myself when somebody informs me of a strategy that is just so easy, it's unreal. Because there's got to be something that I'm missing. There's got to be. We just need a way to weaken them. They're immune to gravity, so that doesn't work. What else are they immune to? So they're susceptible to doom, which does not help us in the slightest. They're susceptible to death, again, does not help us. Petrified does not help us. Poison doesn't help us. Sleep, they have 80% resistance. Ugh. None of the others really work, though. I mean, they've got 17 evasion. And they have 500 health. 500 health. I feel like the key is in the 500 health. What I really need, though, is to somehow make it so Oren lands a hit. Yeah, I actually literally can't think of anything, unfortunately. I think we're just gonna have to do the grenade method, maybe. Oh, you son of a... I did not mean to do that. I thought I saw the screen flash. Okay, well, we might as well save. Actually, saying that, the video's been going on for an hour now. So, I think, guys, we are going to end this one here, and then we will come back with, hopefully, more capturing of characters. And ideally, somebody would have given me a new fort that might actually help with this. Still though, everybody, I want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, I shall see you later. Goodbye, everybody.